I am currently reading The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. And there are some things which I've learned from this book. I think they are worth sharing, especially if you want to be an investor in the stock market. We are approaching 2026, and most individuals may want to know how they can go ahead and invest in the stock market. I am excited to share some of the things which I learned from just reading for fun. At the same time, I want to gain something, one or two things from those individuals who have done amazing job in investing. At the same time, I believe through sharing some of the things which I share are likely going to stick with me for a long period of time. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, just subscribe. I think we have like 4 individuals remaining until we reach 10 subscribers by the end of the year. That's our target. So, what are some of the things which you can do, you as an investor or a person who wants to be an investor, for you to become a defensive investor? First of all, there are two kind of investors. We have enterprising investor and also we have a defensive investor. Enterprising investor is the individual who kind of dedicate much of his time to doing research on the stock market to find those companies which are undervalued, and he invests with the intention of making sure he beats the market. He earns generally a more return compared to what the market earns as a whole. That is who an enterprising investor is. And a defensive investor is the individual who is interested to ensure his principle is intact. He doesn't want to be bothered with a lot of stress, and he wants to earn at least what the market earns in general. There are a few things which you can do for you to select those companies which will ensure you as a person have become a defensive investor. I'm going to share 5 things which can ensure that you have invested defensively, which will ensure you sleep well. At the same time, you have your money working for you and you are beating inflation at the same time. If you need to start investing as a defensive investor, one of the things which you need to ensure is that you pick those companies which are top, which are the leaders in their field. For instance, I can use a company like Safaricom. If we add Airtel also listed in Nairobi Stock Exchange, you could probably invest in Safaricom because it's known for as a market leader. It has a huge percentage of the Kenyan market, and hence it could be a nice opportunity to invest in Safaricom. But at the same time, you can invest in Safaricom because it's a market leader. I am using these random examples. You can go ahead and do your own research. Don't take this advice as I am your financial advisor. Another thing which you need to ensure before investing in any stock market, if you want to be a defensive investor, is to ensure those companies which you are investing in, they don't have a huge financial issues. Their financial statements, their financial status need to be amazing. They need to be great. They need to be good. Investing in the stock market, you are buying a part of a business. Don't just go ahead and buy a business which you know it's weak, it has a huge debt. If you are given an opportunity to buy some animals from your neighbor, you go ahead and pick those animals you understand they are healthy, they are going to generate you, maybe if they were cows, they are going to generate you milk and for a long period of time. That's exactly what's supposed to happen in the stock market. Don't just go ahead and follow the crowd and buy some companies which you don't have an idea of how their financial situation is. If you are going to invest in the stock market and you are going to be a defensive investor, ensure those companies which you are investing in, they have a good financial status. Another thing which you need to consider to become a defensive investor, more especially in the Kenyan context, ensure the company which you are going to invest in has been giving dividends over a long period of time. If that company has been giving dividends out for a long period of time, it, it ensures that those companies are generating good net profit and they are able to share the surplus with its investors. That's a clear indication you should go ahead and invest in that company. Another thing which you need to consider before going ahead and investing in the stock market for you as an individual to become advanced investor is to ensure that you don't pay a huge chunk of amount of of to buy those shares. There is kind of a narrative which goes around that you can pay any price for a stock which you're interested to invest in, but that is not advanced investors approach. If you are advanced investor for for Benjamin Graham, he advises at least the maximum which you can go ahead and pay should be 25 PEE ratio. That is per earning. The PEE ratio is supposed to be divided by the current price divided by the earning per share. So you are not supposed to be the maximum should be 25 PEE ratio. That's the decent amount which you need to pay. But if it would be nice if you buy less than that PEE ratio. Finally, here is the thing which you need to consider for you to become a defensive investor. You should invest You should invest in those companies which have shown consistent growth for over a long period of time. You shouldn't invest those companies which their growth has become stagnant, but you should choose those companies which have a potential for growth in the near future. There are many other things which you should consider before investing in any given stock market. And those are some of the things which you need to take into consideration for you to become a defensive investor. I would like your thoughts. What are some of the stocks which are listed in Nairobi Stock Exchange market, which you believe they fulfill the criteria which I've stated, the five criterias. I don't know which is the best pronunciation. What are some of the companies which are listed in Nairobi Stock Exchange and they fit into that criteria? At the same time, just like, share, recommend this video for those individuals who are interested to know more about the stock market and some of the things which they need to incorporate into their investment procedures or guidelines for them to be successful in the stock market. As usual, my main objective is to ensure you as a person you invest in the stock market for long-term purposes. You are not supposed to go in and out of the stock market. In short, I don't encourage day traders in this platform. But if you want to be a day trader, I would be interested to find out if you have become one of the statistics which says most day traders don't end up making a huge chunk of money. Thanks for watching. My especially wish you the best 2026. Why am I saying 2021? 2026, have a prosperous year and success to all your family members, colleagues, and those people who want the best for you. See you in my next one.